Hey Harry, this I was just talking about you. He says I'm using domain-based. He's one of our new mastermind members. He said I'm using domain-based emails to set up my GMBs because my Filipino assistant and I both work on them. We create VPSs in Vulture, so virtual private servers in Vulture to solve our Philippines versus USA login problems. So we're always going into the GMB through one IP. Each GMB is permanently assigned to its nearest VPS. Excuse me, a max of 5 GMBs per VPS. Now going forward, what do I need to know to set up Google Workspace, or what do I need to know to do to set up Google Workspace accounts? Okay, that's what, that was a question that I posed to you in that thread, Harry, specifically because I've actually run into this just a couple of times in the last 2 years, but where if I set up a Google Workspace account before trying to verify GMB or Google Business Profile, then I get less. I get less. I've actually had a couple times where I've been able to verify via email, which was weird. And also, I've never had any issues getting the postcard. Now I know there's the whole video verification thing going on right now, which honestly, that's not something I'm even ready to tackle at this moment. And Harry's been on top of that. He's been doing a ton of research. He's been sharing all of his research in the mastermind about how to, what the workaround is for the video verification methods right now. We still haven't come to a conclusion yet, but Harry is hot on its trail, like trying to, figure out solutions for that. And him and I, like I said, had a 90-minute call yesterday, and I've got some ideas too, but I'm just not ready to tackle those just yet. But what I'm saying is that might be something that I would suggest was, instead of just using a domain email, here's the thing. If you can buy that domain through Google Domains, okay, you buy the domain through domains.google, right? Now you've registered the domain with a credit card, through a Google account. Then you can set up Google Workspace through the checkout process. It's just a box you check that will put Google Workspace and install all the, verification records, MX records, SPF, DMARC, DKIM, all of those records get built in direct. If you've ever set up Workspace on your own, you know that you have to go into the DNS, wherever you're hosted, your DNS is, either at the registrar level or through Cloudflare or whatever. And you have to go add all those MX records, and then to add in like the, security records, SPF and all those others. You have to do all that. And then you have to verify them in Workspace and all that. If you buy the domain through Google Domains, it's $15, for top level domains, as opposed to $12. And so you spend a couple bucks more, but now you've purchased the domain through Google. It's an instant verification signal, right? Validation signal. Then if you just check a box to install Workspace on that domain, just go with a basic account. That's $6 per user per month. I think they by default sets it on standard, which is $12 per user per month. But if you just set it for basic, then it will automatically insert all those records, the DMARC, everything, or all of that stuff will be set up for you. And then now you go try to register a GMB through that. And you've already have multiple verification or validation signals through Google, right? And that's my question is, I don't know, because I have not been testing anything yet with this video verification nonsense that just occurred. But I know that, that may lower that verification threshold a little bit, if that makes sense, because, you've already proven, I don't know. That's just the way, again, I've had it's only happened a couple of times in the last 2 years that I've been doing it that way. But I've actually been able to verify, I'm sure it's not possible now, but I was actually able to verify a few GMBs just through email by doing it that way. And then every other one that I've done the traditional way, which was via postcard, I've never had an issue where the postcard didn't arrive when I did it that way. If I tried to verify it or create a Google business listing without doing it through Workspace, sometimes I'd have to request a postcard 3 or 4 times before it would come. So again, I think that is definitely kind of a validation signal that you just, by purchasing the domain through Google and then setting up Workspace, it's like, okay, there's a real person behind this. It's not 100% spammed listing. Even if my intent is to be 100% spammed listing, I've at least, claimed a domain and purchased Workspace, and I've got credit card on file, so they know there's a real person behind it and everything else. I don't know if that helps or not, but that's something I think would be worth pursuing, is trying that perhaps, and seeing if there's, I don't know what else we can do so far about the video verification stuff. It is what it is. We got to roll with the punches, guys. If we have to evolve and start, doing other methods, then it is what it is. It's just, I think Google, Harry and I were talking about this, they knew that this was going to cause a lot of problems for people. I'm sure they understand. They're, Google's not stupid, so I'm sure they were aware that there's going to be it's going to have a profound effect on this whole industry. My thoughts are they want to push more people into ads. Like, honestly, I think that's it. If they get rid of a bunch of GMB spammers, then what are lead gen people supposed to do other than work on ads? Like, get better at generating leads through ads. Because organic rankings, at least in the local space, they don't produce the amount of leads that GMBs do. It's just, and at least on all the industries and the home service industries that I've worked in the last, many years, organic rankings just really don't push many leads. About 70% of all leads that I generated came through the Google Business Assets. And so now it might be that we have to start getting way better at ads. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet, but it is on our radar for sure.